I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Dan Dedona here with the weekly report from LocalNews1.org for Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Smithsburg, Fairfield, Waynesboro, and all the communities that make up our local area. We're going to start off with 5 things to do this weekend. First, the Maryland Physicians Care organization is going to be hosting a free outdoor movie at the band shell. Tickets, and that'll be at Hagerstown City Park. Families can kick off the fun on Friday the 25th. That'll be this evening, starting at 7 p.m. with pre-movie activities. And that'll be followed by a screening of Inside Out, which is really a pretty good movie. If you saw the first one, the second one is actually pretty good as sequels go. You're encouraged to bring blankets or lawn chairs. There are some benches available, but and there will be concessions. So that should be a good time tonight at starting at 7 p.m. Excuse me. The Maryland Theaters, item number 2. The Maryland Theaters turning 4 floors into a candy lover's playground as the C&S Bank presents Candy Fest. That'll be on July 25th through the 22nd, tonight through Sunday. Children and adults alike can create custom candy crafts, ride the waves at Gummy Bear Beach, and face off in a giant Maryland-themed board game, or classic lawn games at Lollipop Park. There's a lot of other activities going on. Sometime during the day, there will also be a special screening of the 2023 movie Wonka. So now the trick to this one is, unlike a lot, you have timed tickets. So what you'll need to do is pick a day and a time that you want to go out there. They're trying to manage so there aren't all that big of crowds at any one time. So you want to go out there and pick a day and a time when you want to enter, and that's when your tickets will be good for. So choose wisely. Third item. The Waynesboro's annual Christmas in July celebration is taking place over this weekend with a variety of activities. Number 1, starting, let's see, tonight, 8:30, or tomorrow, 8:30 to noon. That'll be Saturday, the 10th. From 8:30 until noon, you'll have visits with Santa at Market at the Park. At 10 a.m., probably the big event for the day, is the Summer Santa Ride that is hosted by Main Street Waynesboro and the Monterey Pass chapter of Abate. That kicks off at 10 a.m. on Saturday. And the last event will be a Bloody Buddy brunch at Rough Edges Brewing from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There'll be free 1-hour parking and special promotions at local shops and restaurants in downtown Waynesboro. Item number 4. The Antrim Spring Farm in Greencastle is going to be hosting Paint Night. And it's inviting guests to brush up on their creativity. It'll be Saturday from 5 until 8 p.m. Participants can paint a Highland cow or cozy up to a real one if you so desire. and you can enjoy grazing at a table of light refreshments. The event is BYOB. I double-checked. That means bring your own bottle of whatever you would like to drink. And they are offering an utterly unique twist on the classic paint and sip experience. Almost as bad as my thoughts of the day. And number 5, country gospel fans will have a reason to kick up their heels on Sunday, July 27th, when Mercy Run will take center stage at Chambersburg's Memorial Park Kiwanis Bandshell at 7 p.m. The performance is part of the town's 2025 concert series, and it offers residents a chance to enjoy live music under the stars. So, those are the 5 things. Interestingly enough, we don't have any extra ones today. We seem to have covered them all. So we'll go straight into the news. The first item, which we've been covering for some time now, Penn State Mont Alto. The Penn State University has indicated that it wants to work with the community to shutter the campuses, and repurposing is becoming the mantra for the Penn State folks. Very clever play on words there. The Mont Alto forestry may stay open, or it's not exactly clear. It may stay open, or they may try to move it, although I'm not sure exactly how you do that. Still comply with the legal requirement that in order to retain the land, the forestry office or the forestry school still needs to stay there. So more on that in the future. We've also identified another supporter for extending this and Dubois campuses. That would be the Allegheny Hardwood Utilization Group. Amy Shields expressed some concerns and some interest in seeing to it that at least the forestry part of this be sustained. Next up, Washington County Transit has gotten a $2.8 million grant for planning for a new facility. The U.S. Department of Transportation grant supports design and permitting for administrative, maintenance, and additional facilities. Basically what they're looking at is how do we expand our infrastructure so that we can support more transportation throughout the county. They're not building anything yet, but they are opening the door to, once they've got their plans in place, they will be opening the door to more fundraising and grants. In Waynesboro, the council was very busy this past week. They approved some zoning ordinance changes, putting in a cell tower at their maintenance facility on the southern section of town. They have plans for they approved plans for a $382,000 sewer project. The cell phone towers are going to earn them about $30,000 a year in rent. So that's a pretty good deal. And the Ridge Avenue, they talked about Ridge Avenue's environmental cleanup, which will cost some money, but it'll make some. Waynesboro tends to be somewhat landlocked. They've got at least 7 different facilities downtown, but they're all formerly industrial facilities associated with any of the manufacturing industries that used to dominate Waynesboro 70, 80 years ago. So they have to clean that up before they can utilize it. And the last thing they talked about was putting on an extension to the back of Borough Hall for the police. There are mixed feelings about that. There's not a whole lot of space to put anything out there, and parking is pretty restricted anyway, but they are talking about doing something to extend the capability for the police. Pennsylvania law is going to boost food donations and reduce waste by limiting liability. Now, the trick here is that when people are asked to donate canned goods or other kinds of goods, there's usually a best buy date, which a lot of people interpret as meaning an expiration date, which it is not. A best buy date is really, this is when we think it'll be the peak of freshness. After that, it's all downhill. But a lot of people won't donate because they're concerned that if they donate something that's past that date, they might be liable. So what Pennsylvania law has been modified to say is they're going to limit the liability for people who are making voluntary contributions of that sort, so that people will be more likely to donate. And that is in response to, according to Chad Reichard, the state representative for District 90, $1.2 million in people who suffer food insecurity, and another 385,000 kids. So it's clarifying some language, and it's reducing the risk to people to enable them to more readily donate. That's a good deal. Washington County's Museum of Fine Arts, Sarah Hall, their executive director. We talked about this a week or so ago. They have a number of plans to modify the main entrance. They want to put in a larger lobby and a store. They have a grow gallery and some other capabilities. And of course, they also in the future are teasing with the idea of a Key Street Educational Center. It's what they call Phase 3. They took this show on the road this past week, and they briefed the mayor and the city council on what their plans are. And hoping they'll get support for just letting people know what they're doing, get support to go ahead and proceed with their plans. Waynesboro. The Waynesboro YMCA received about $302,000 of a $350,000 requirement that they need in order to renovate the pool. This is kind of an interesting story because Kim Eaton, their executive director, hasn't been on board for all that very long, but she's been faced with one surprise after another about the condition of the facility. If you recall, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a fire at the Leland retirement home downtown, and she suddenly became aware of an agreement between the YMCA and the Leland that if they ever had to evacuate, the Leland could use the YMCA. So now this one mostly has to do with the fact that the pool is deteriorating and has both mechanical and structural problems associated with it, and apparently an awful lot of water was leaking, which of course the YMCA has to pay for. So for a variety of reasons, for $350,000, they'll be able to repair the pool, put a support structure underneath to keep it from collapsing, return it to a structural integrity, and also take care of the mechanical problems. And they're doing that as rapidly as possible because they want to be available to the community. The high school's got a swim team, the YMCA has got a swim team. They don't want to shut it down for 5 or 6 months while they slog their way through all the details. So this is apparently very fast and easy, and although a bit expensive, but they'll have the pool restored in time for this fall. Also in Waynesboro, the Damascus Road Christian Academy had a ribbon cutting on the 17th of July at 336 Barnett Street. It's located entirely inside the Church of the Apostles. It's for K through 12. They're going to be opening this year with 12 students, and they'll be beginning their fall semester on the 20th of August, just around the corner. In Washington County, they're getting ready for the 250th anniversary of the nation. And one of the things that Washington County is particularly proud of is that it is the first county in the nation that was named after George Washington. So in order to commemorate that, they want to put up a 7-foot bronze statue of George Washington in honor of the man after whom they're named. They've made a 2-foot model, which they hope to carry around town and encourage people to make contributions. But by comparison, apparently there was a similar statue of Clara Barton a couple of years ago that cost about $800,000. Plus, there were some in-kind donations. So they'll need to get on the stick and get their fundraising going here if they're going to make it by the 200 by next year. But good effort on their part. The city is apparently committed to committing $75,000 in several $25,000 increments in coming months. Excuse me. In Chambersburg, the United Way of Franklin County is doing another year of Stuff the Bus. What they do, and it'll be effective through, they're going to continue doing this through the 1st of August. What this involves is they have 3 collection centers in the county, in Mercersburg, in Path Valley, and in Chambersburg, where they collect school supplies. They're going to do that through the 1st of August, and then after they've collected that, after they've stuffed the bus, they're going to turn that over to the schools and distribute them so that there will be adequate supplies for the kids when they come back. Franklin County Commissioners have set a travel schedule. with their on the road trips. Basically, what they've told themselves is we need to get out there and get closer to the people, make it more convenient for people to come in and be able to ask us questions, and they should share what we're doing in terms of the work for the county. So they've got several board meetings are already scheduled. The first one is at Fanet Metal. They'll be scheduling others. It's a good effort. Their next meeting is going to be next Wednesday. In Blue Ridge Summit, it's interesting, there's just a flurry of activity up at Blue Ridge Summit over the past weekend. The 49th annual Ice Cream Social took place on Saturday. It's the main Blue Ridge Summit Library fundraiser for the year. And they had books, they had a 5K run, a dog walk, music by the Wayne Band and also by Rich Feely. It was a great success from all reports. Also up there in the same vicinity, Monterey Pass had a first. One of their board members, Steve Tanner, put together a diorama that showed, to more or less to scale, what the Battle of Monterey Pass was all about. It's pretty interesting. There's a great article out there that kind of talks about what happened. What's most remarkable about that is just how close everything was. The last bridge that the Union people needed to fight their way across in order to get to the toll house, which is where the Emmetsburg-Waynesboro Turnpike crossed Mariah Furnace. Mariah Furnace was the road that the Confederates were retreating along with a 20-mile-long wagon train. And obviously the Union wanted to cut that off and take supplies away from General Lee, who was retreating to Virginia. The scale is pretty amazing because from that last bridge to the toll house is only about 1/8 of a mile. And if you follow the path between the bridge that the Confederates were crossing with their wagon train and the bridge along Red Run Creek that the Union were crossing, it was only about 300 yards. It's pretty remarkable that they didn't see each other. Of course, the conditions didn't help much. They were doing this all in the middle of the night, in the middle of a raging thunderstorm. So a very interesting battle. About 10,000 people on both sides involved in this thing. So not just a little skirmish, but a real knockdown dragout. Police. In police news, the Waynesboro Police charged a man for a hit and run on the 18th of May. Marvin Scott Stouffer fled the scene at about the 100 block on South Potomac in Waynesboro back on that date. Apparently he shouted sorry, and apparently there weren't any injuries, but the person who was hit made a complaint, and the police finally managed to track him down using surveillance cameras from the nearby Rudders. In people news, we got quite a bit of that today. Washington County Sports Hall of Fame inductions inducted several new members. There was an Aaron Brooks who wrestled in Hagerstown but went on to become an Olympic bronze medal winner. Greg Slick was a wrestling coach. He was actually the fellow that coached Aaron Brooks in his high school days. Cheryl Wilkes. Interesting lady, very active in promoting women's sports and in women's volleyball in the area. Let's see, who else was there? Also Jerry Spessard. He didn't do sports so much, but because of his involvement in sports, he became quite the innovator and entrepreneur. You probably see in basketball games from time to time those plastic masks that go over the athlete's face to protect their face and their eyes. Jerry Spessard was the guy who invented that. Interestingly enough, when he was a teenager playing baseball and he got hit in the face with a ground ball that jumped up, sometimes they do that. So he decided to do something about that, and he invented a face guard for that sort of thing. So all of them got inducted into the Hall of Fame. In Hagerstown, South High School has a new baseball coach. Keith Hutzel, who has just come on board, indicated that his goal, not to be shy about it, he wants to win a 4A regional title. Just saying that right out in front of everybody. So He knows that winning is a tradition at both North and South high schools, and he wants to bring all of that back, at least in the area of baseball. In Franklin County, they awarded 6 nursing scholarships to Samantha West, Marceline Miller, Lillian Henry, Kate Flynn, Cameron Benner, and Brooklyn Baxter. These are for $2,500 each. It's for nursing scholarships to pursue their desires wherever they want to go. In health news, Pennsylvania has joined the medical licensure and physical therapy compacts. What this does is things you find out over time. If you join this compact, doctors in Pennsylvania are able to go across state lines if there's an emergency and practice medicine in other states, and vice versa. If there's an emergency in Pennsylvania, you can get docs to come from other states and come in and join you. So they just changed the law on that, made that possible. WellSpan's Dr. Michael Gliniansky is talking about the causes and treatments for lower back pain. About 1 in 10 people in the United States have lower back pain, and he goes on about, he has some good advice available on how to avoid it and how to deal with it once you've got it. So, good article. Also, the Meritus Mobile, this is a vehicle that brings the doctor to you. It was born in COVID-19, and it brings medical capabilities to what they refer to as underserviced areas. They do about 30 calls per week, and it's good. It helps speed up the responsiveness of the medical process. We've also got, in addition to all of that, we've got entertainment, we've got local history every Tuesday, we've got the writings of Dargan Boy every Thursday. There's sports, pets, animal care, obituaries, many, many more activities from the constantly moving mosaic in which we live. By the way, we're also going to be putting in a crossword puzzle pretty soon if you're interested in that sort of thing. We're very proud to be a news source for Verstandig radio stations. You can see all the local news on LocalNews1.org. That's LocalNews1.org. Just type that into your browser and it'll take you right to us. It's you get 3 stories free every month. It's $4.99 a month to get all the stories. And we will wrap up today with the thought of the day. To be frank, I'd have to change my name. Bada bing. Have a great week.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.